Good morning. We are on day 14, Wednesday, April 3rd. We are still in Fontana. We left the lodge this morning and we are walking from the marina towards the dam, and then we will be entering the Smokies. So that is what we've been waiting for a while. Took a few days off. There's the lake through the trees. It's a really nice morning. We had a Nero 2 days ago where we did 6 miles, I guess. And then, yesterday we did the full 0. Resort life was nice. Kind of made you forget everything. And even today as we were warming up back on the trail, I think my legs may have also forgotten how to work. But we're feeling so much better. Our feet are doing really well. Those are our biggest concerns. And here we've just got more views of the trail and the lake. Radar's blazing by with a Pop-Tart. Thanks, Rugs, for that Pop-Tart.
Thanks, Rug.
All right, we will come back later with view from the dam.
Fontana Lake. So this is, I believe what I read is that, everything around here is like a TVA lake, Tennessee Valley Authority, for those of you who skipped class during the alphabet soup lectures back in high school. This is where I guess the bulk of the electric power came from through the southeastern United States, like little reservoirs like these. It's a really nice trail around the lake. So if you come to if you just come, for a weekend to the Fontana Resort, right out of the resort, I think you can get a trail map, or there's some kind of trail map for town, and right out of the resort, there's like trails all around, and they'll take you down here. You can we're gonna go by the Fontana Hilton, which is it's like one of the nicest shelters on the AT. It actually has hot water and showers and the whole 9 yards. I like to say that a lot, but oh yeah, Katie said there's a house up there. But anyway, you can hit all those cool places and then still hike back to the lodge, or you could just call the lodge. There are these gray phones around town. You just pick them up and hit 0, and they answer at the front desk, and then you call the shuttle guy, and he comes and picks you up, and then you give him your $3. He's a super nice dude, and he's got to give him credit for living the dream. But anyway, yeah, here we are. I know I'm going to capture this again, but look at how all these trees are budding. Just 2 days ago, they were just starting to pop out, kind of like this tree here. And now they're all starting to open. Spring is springing. It's going to be amazing. There it is, the American flag. Here's the
Dam Visitor Center.
Yeah, the Fontana Dam Visitor Center.
This is where Dan was going to get his water from.
Yeah, I was going to go down there and get my water. I guess that was not going to happen. Apparently, this is the largest dam in the eastern U.S. Or the tallest dam, I think is what Katie was saying. This is pretty steep, pretty big. I'm surprised some idiot hasn't tried to jump off this thing with a skateboard or something. There it is. cool, the trail just goes right along this dam. Sounds stupid, but walking across this dam, I've always wanted to do it. It's been, I don't know, 5-10 years. I know for 5 years at least I've wanted to. But you walk across the dam and then there's a surprise at the other end. As you can see, Nibbles is on it. Dang, dang. We've been wanting to go into the Smokies for a long time. We came here in 2013 and the president shut down the government. Look at that. That's sweet, huh? So, very, very cool. Anyway,
Bye.
Benton McKay and Appalachian Trail. Rocking and rolling. Here we are at the trailhead. So if you pass the trailhead and you stay on this road, it ends right there, and that is the Lake Shore Trail. So if you did come to Fontana, you could probably work your way all the way around the lake shore. We're gonna try to get past Molly's Ridge this afternoon, or this early evening. So just to debunk, there's all this question like, can you just print, or can you just put a PDF on your phone when you enter the Smokies? The answer is no, because you can see Nibbles is tearing off our information sheet, which is essentially our permit, and it tells what we that we're going to go into the Smokies, and then you leave your permit here, so you actually have to carry paper.
You have to carry the top as your permit in the Smokies. Bottom part gets deposited with all these other people's.
And that just gives kind of like the park, it lets them know that you're in here, so they can keep account of what's going on in case there's emergency or just in general as well. But anyway, now you must carry on your person the permit. Check out this little carpet of flowers. Yeah. So we're climbing up to, we're 3 miles from Molly's, and from where we entered, down at the trailhead, it's like 9.9 to Molly's or something like that, and it's also a 2,800 foot climb, like total elevation, and then there's a 1,000 foot drop after that, and then there's a 1,000 foot climb up to the next shelter. And I think that's what we're going to end up doing today, depending on how we're feeling. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm glad I took the 0. My legs feel great. I've eaten a ton of food today because you remember the big cash out we did with all the hiker boxes. So I've just been eating like a pig, drinking a lot of water, and we're going to take a break here in about a mile, which is a 700 foot descent from where we are now. It's crazy. Anyway, we'll see how that looks. All right, a little wrap up of I think today's day 14. Yeah, day 14. It's a Wednesday. So number one, taking a 0 totally paid off. Legs feel great. I felt like the night before the 0 that I had like a 60% charge in my legs. So to take the day off and eat a bunch of food, I gave myself another 40%. So I came out here at 100. I think Nibbles did too. We were dropped off at the marina this morning at 9:15, and that's when we started. And today we're covering 19 miles into the Smokies. That includes like at least 3,800 feet that I've counted of climbing. I wasn't planning on going 19 miles, but I think today, like, kind of our total climb was 40 4,500 feet of climbing, something like that. So what was that? Number one. Number two, you have to have a paper permit to enter the Smokies. That's been a huge topic of debate since we got on the trail with everybody, from the guy at Amicalola Falls, the Ridge Runner, who gave the seminar, to every hostel or person in between. You can't just carry a PDF in your phone of your permit. Until the National Park Service works out that contract with Huawei, or whatever they're called, Huawei, where they get a digital tracking software, like an app, and electronic reporting stations put all through the park, you're gonna have to carry paper. But the good folks at the Knock outfitter, and they will let you go in there and not buy anything, use their computer, and print up your permit. So you do that, and then when you get down there, like we had on just a couple minutes ago on the video, you just put it in, you fill it out, put a piece in the box at the bottom of this trail, the Appalachian Trail, where it enters at Fontana Dam, and you're good to go. Something else to know too, I guess this would be a third lesson learned for the day, is you do have to camp. You do have to camp or you have to stay in a shelter if there's available space in the shelter. You can't just go camping. So keep that in mind. The last two shelters back, Molly's Ridge, there were so many people there, they were actually camping, which was great because we like to camp. One other thing too is, by going 19 miles today, the campground, or the shelter we're going to, actually has a privy. It's the first privy at any campground or shelter in the Smokies from the south. So that's another upside. So we can get up in the morning, do our business if there's business to be done, and jump right back on trail. And last thing too, so right, how are the trails? Like, what are the trail conditions in the Smoky Mountains? Well, this is my opinion, and this might be a spoiler alert, so you can stop it here if you don't want to know, because I know I didn't want to know everything before I got on the trail. But north of Fontana, these trails so far, I'm not saying they're going to stay this way. These trails are well maintained. You can tell they're heavily traveled, and besides the first 4-mile climb into the Smokies, it's been essentially a pedestrian trail, and I think that's the other reason why we're able to crush out a quick 19 miles. I mean, I'm feeling totally fine right now, and of course with the cool evening air, I'm not complaining at all. Last thing too, let me show you this. Classic green rhododendron tunnel. We're at 5,000 feet right now. This is normally the kind of woods you see down in the bottoms, kind of on the drier side of the mountain. All these rhododendrons and mountain laurels. So you can see it's pretty dry up here. Nothing spectacular yet as far as, like noteworthy terrain, forests that are just mind-boggling to be in and look at. But we are in the Smokies. The Smokies are huge. They can make the Great Smoky Mountains like its own little state, which it kind of is, and it's run by the federal government, right? But this is what the ridges look like. It's awesome. We have all these, we've got this carpet of these like little white flowers that are coming up. I don't know if you can see those, but they're really pretty. And that's the awesome thing that's going on right now, is that the spring is starting to spring. So anyway, we're going to be staying at the Spencer shelter And yeah, made it a good day. So super happy. Everyone have a good evening, and we'll see you later.